Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us today for this special presentation. My name is Michael Griffin, and I'm the founder of ClientLook. Today, you're going to see the latest and greatest version of our commercial real estate CRM, and I'm going to help you discover why we believe ClientLook is the single best technology tool to propel your business to a whole new level. Now, we're going to cover a lot over the next 30 to 40 minutes. So here's the thing. Let's say you're not a ClientLook subscriber yet and you want a personalized tour of our platform at a more leisurely pace. All you have to do is wait until the webinar is over and then email your contact info to sales@clientlook.com. They'll show you everything ClientLook has to offer in far more detail than you're going to see today. Now, I believe that every person, every team, every company needs a CRM. If you want to get better organized, if you want to build better relationships and ultimately make more money, then ClientLook is for you. Over the past 10 years, we've come up with every angle, every shortcut to make achieving your goals as easy as possible. ClientLook isn't something that requires technical sophistication. It's designed to be ready to make you more money right from the start. Now, if all of this sounds too good to be true, I assure you it's not. We've helped thousands of other commercial real estate professionals just like you achieve their greatest success. We can do the same for you. So let me show you how. Really quick, considering that ClientLook may be new to some of you, let me give you a description of ClientLook in a single line. ClientLook is the industry's most used all-in-one native CRM solution. Now let me explain what all that means. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term CRM, this stands for Customer Relationship Management. ClientLook's primary purpose is to help you manage customer relationships in all kinds of ways. CRM is the core or the backbone of ClientLook. All in one. Redundant data entry is killing productivity in our industry. And the problem is that you end up entering the same contact, the same property, the same listing into multiple applications over and over again. And eliminating this kind of inefficiency and frankly irritation is what ClientLook's all about. ClientLook is carefully designed to leverage the stuff you enter, stuff you've already entered once, in lots of different ways. A property becomes a deal, then a listing, then a comp, with the few clicks of a button instead of repeated data entry. But we realize we can't do everything, so we create integrations into other leading software tools. This approach gives you the best of both worlds, and it's why ClientLook is considered an all-in-one solution. And you'll see more of this in my demo. And lastly, what does native mean? And why is it so important? Well, here's a quick story. As some of you may know, I got my start as a broker, just like you. And I used my brokerage experience to start a tech company. I built a CRM add-on for a really popular desktop contact manager some years ago called Act. My company was called Aries for Act, and I sold that to CoStar, where I worked until I left to create ClientLook. Well, when I started ClientLook, I figured that the best way to go was to build on top of another generic sales tool again, like I did with Act. So I looked at products like Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics. However, I quickly realized that these would require too many workarounds and hacks and frankly compromises. So I decided to build ClientLook from scratch as a native commercial real estate app. So native means that ClientLook was built from the ground up for just one industry and is designed for only one type of user, commercial real estate professionals. It means that every feature and every field and menu and button were created specifically to benefit someone like you. No hacks, no add-ons, no retrofit. It was the only way to create the kind of experience that I knew was necessary for success. So as we jump into our demo, I want to leave you with this statistic. It's a measure of how many ClientLook subscribers renew their subscriptions. We're really proud to maintain a 99% renewal rate for the third year running. So to put this into perspective, consider how your business would grow if 99% of your past clients returned to do business with you year after year. You'd have to be doing something pretty special to make that happen. This is one of the clearest indications of how ClientLook is received by the industry. And I also consider this simply a testament to the kind of job that we're doing. If you're not a ClientLook subscriber yet, then check us out after the webinar. I think you'll love our service. Okay, on to the demo, where we'll start with contact management, which is the foundation of everything you'll do with ClientLook. Here's the contacts module. Now, building a database of contacts is one of the most important things you'll do. You want to track prospects and clients and brokers and even personal contacts. Fortunately, ClientLook makes it so easy. Last year, ClientLook subscribers added more than 2.4 million contacts to their accounts. And the big question, especially if you're using Outlook or another CRM now, is how does all that data get into ClientLook? Well, to get started, all you have to do is export from whatever application you're using and send that export, which is typically a spreadsheet, to our support team. They can import it for you, and they're pros at converting data from just about any source. Most of the time, this service is entirely free. So day to day, you'll want to manually enter contacts, but that can take a lot of time. And I'm the first guy to tell you that a lot of the busy work that you're going to need to do with any CRM is not worth your time. You need to be focused on deals and not spending hours entering business cards and adding notes and scheduling follow-ups. So what do? Well, if you use ClientLook, then you outsource as much of that data entry as possible to our team of back office assistants. Your subscription includes access to these dedicated ClientLook experts, actual real people who serve as an extension of your business. So think about how you could use a dozen assistants. Email them business cards that you photograph with your phone after a meeting. They'll enter them for you. Leave them a voicemail after a property tour. They'll log all the details of your meeting. Or even send them emails with things like listing updates or tasks that you want scheduled. They take care of everything for you and even send a confirmation email when your requests are completed. The bottom line is that your critical business information gets logged in ClientLook, but not by you. If you leave with one new idea today, it's that our team of back office assistants can transform your business. It's one of the most important and differentiating innovations that we've ever created, and you won't find it anywhere else. And as we like to say, if you're not using ClientLook, then you're working too hard. So let's dig into one of your contact records now. One of the key roles that ClientLook plays in your business is to be the hub that helps you connect everything. Contacts are the foundation of all this. And believe me, you'll create the most complete contact tracking system that you've ever had. So here's your client, George Adams, who is a partner at Champion Partners in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, ClientLook is really good at helping you categorize a contact as an owner or an investor or a tenant. You can also create groups like top prospects or Southside owners. This makes it super easy to quickly identify someone's role when you talk to them and to help you create targeted lists for marketing purposes. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see an expanded custom field section that lets you track anything else you might want about this person. Every field in ClientLook is searchable too, so you can instantly narrow down really big lists for prospecting and for all that marketing you'll do. To help you build relationships faster, ClientLook makes it really easy to log the outcome of your activities as you see here. Just start typing in the big "What's your update" box in the center of the screen. Now, ClientLook also organizes all the emails that you send to or receive from a contact like George here, including attachments. our subscribers effortlessly connect millions of emails every year to their contacts. Over time, this one tab becomes the most complete summary of your ongoing relationship with someone. It works especially well in a team environment. And again, if the idea of logging everything you do sounds intimidating, keep in mind that you're going to rely on our team of back office assistants for a lot of that. Now, one of the great things with ClientLook is that you can basically relate anything to anything. There's nothing else like it. Connecting records this way exposes all kinds of opportunities that would have been really difficult, challenging to identify otherwise. So here in George's record, you can see all the different types of records he's connected to. For example, you can see that there's a call scheduled for him. You can relate a contact to other contacts or even companies too. Now the goal here is to help you develop a deeper understanding of how people are related and who could facilitate introductions and accelerate deal making. It's like having your own personal LinkedIn directory, especially if you're working on a team, since you'll see the connections that your teammates create as well. Now, understanding the relationship between people and properties is really powerful, and ClientLook makes this simple. Link a person to an unlimited number of properties to crank up your prospecting effectiveness. You'll see properties that someone owns, the spaces they lease, or even properties that they're just interested in. You can also link people to comps. This works great to identify, lessees, lessors, buyers, sellers, as well as other related parties that you connect to comps like, brokers or lenders, appraisers, property managers. Over time, you'll develop a complete chronology of someone's acquisition or leasing history. There's no redundant data entry either. This one contact can be linked to all kinds of stuff. And as you can see on the screen, a contact can also be related to deals and email campaigns and groups. Contact our sales team and get a demo to see some real-world examples of how all this works. Now, here's a quick look at a contacts record in our mobile app. Believe it or not, the ClientLook mobile app is even easier than our web app. It is the most effective way to stay productive in the field. Now, let's transition from contact management to activity management. Activity management is all about maximizing productivity. With ClientLook, you will do more, and that's possible because you're better organized, and you won't believe how easy it is. Now, it's really common to get trapped in a sort of day-to-day activity grind. You get really good at reacting, but there's so much going on that it's very difficult to be proactive and prioritize activities that have the highest payoff. And I've certainly been guilty of this myself. All of the chaos causes you to miss opportunities. And there's nothing worse than hearing that your competition closed a deal that you were tracking. Fortunately, ClientLook helps ensure that this rarely happens. So the screen you're looking at is the tasks list within the activities module. This is where ClientLook consolidates everything you need to do in one place. Some of these may have been scheduled yesterday. Some activities might be long-term follow-ups that you scheduled years ago. All you have to do is simply complete whatever shows up on your list. It's like you're on autopilot. One of the biggest payoffs of this simple system is that you're able to stay on top of every opportunity better, even really long-term stuff. This is one of those ClientLook features that is so simple to implement and has one of the highest returns on investment. Our most successful subscribers are dedicated task schedulers. ClientLook also organizes events, which are activities with both dates and times in this calendar view. All of your activities are tied back to one or more contacts and can even be related to properties and deals and to comps. And if you choose, you can sync to Outlook using a couple of different methods as well. Now, this is one of my favorite features in ClientLook. And if you're typically buried in email like me, then you're going to love this too. What you're looking at is a live activity feed we call Scoop. It combines everything that happens within your ClientLook account into one simple feed. It pulls in every completed activity and email and file so that you have this instant view of what you've done, as well as what your team members have been up to. It dramatically enhances your ability to follow up, to simply communicate and stay informed. Plus, everything is searchable. Over time, ClientLook will aggregate everything you do, and this provides an amazing resource to find new opportunities. Let's say that you have a new listing that offers some kind of special feature, and you remember talking or maybe trading emails with a contact who needed this exact thing. Well, with Scoop, you can do a keyword search to find that needle in a haystack, regardless of whether it's an email or a note, an activity, a file. There's nothing else like Scoop. Here's a quick look at Scoop in our mobile app, and I use this all the time when I'm out of the office. I can instantly see everything that's going on across the entire company. And I'll bet I save at least an hour a day with this one feature alone. Now let's talk about properties. If you're like most commercial real estate professionals, then you probably rely heavily on a local research service for your market intelligence. And there's nothing wrong with using something like CoStar or LoopNet or Reonomy. And I'd suggest that it's really difficult to operate without them. However, this single reliance on a source makes it really tough to differentiate your service from the competition's, especially when it comes to lead generation and demonstrating market knowledge to your prospect. Everyone ends up chasing the same opportunities and reporting the same data, which is trouble. So what you need is a property resource that helps you tell a story about the market and provides insight that's exclusively available to you and your team. So how do you do this? Well, it's easy. You use ClientLook to create a database of the properties that are important to you, and you become the foremost expert on those assets. You track every piece of information you can get your hands on, whether it's some characteristic of the property, a floor plan, or even a relationship you discover between one of your ClientLook contacts and a property. Now, while this might sound ambitious, ClientLook makes it really easy. And get this. Last year, ClientLook subscribers added more than 735,000 properties to their accounts. Now, believe me, if this wasn't easy to do, then they wouldn't do it. So here's how it works. So what you're looking at is the property list view. And how do these properties get here? Mostly through import. However, you could always manually add properties and rely on our team of back office assistants for data entry as well. Now, this isn't every property in your market. Leave that up to your local research provider. But this list isn't limited to just those properties that maybe you had a listing on either. These are the properties that make up your territory. They are the properties in which you intend to become more knowledgeable than anyone. Think of ClientLook as the system of record for all the properties you care about. It's the first place that you enter everything, since it's the source, the hub for all your business data. So let's check out one of your properties. Here's the Michelson, which is a big office building here in Orange County. So you can track anything you want about this property in pre-configured fields. You can also create custom fields to track anything that might be missing. The most important thing is that you can make this property your own. So it contains your proprietary relationships, your notes, your files, and all the building attributes you collect. Now, none of this happens overnight, but over time, this will become an invaluable tool to help enrich your deal-making capability. There's an Updates tab, just like the Contacts module, but the coolest part of a property is the way it can be linked to other records in ClientLook. For example, you can easily add and view availability here. Want to add a space for lease? Just click a button. Is this property for sale? Click a button. These processes reuse every property field you've already entered without any redundant data entry. Now, the Comps tab shows you all the sale and lease transactions that you or your team have entered for this property. It's also just a matter of clicking a button to add a new comp, again, without any redundant data entry. Now, the People tab within a property is the perfect way to demonstrate how ClientLook helps empower you. So here's where you can relate contacts and companies to this property and define their relationship like they're a tenant or an owner or an investor. Pretty soon you'll have an interconnected web of information that will start to reveal opportunities that only you discover. And the great thing is that the longer you use ClientLook, the more time and data you contribute, the more complete your proprietary picture of the market will become. And I would suggest that this type of data is one of the few real, tangible business assets that you create as a broker. Don't miss out. This has tremendous value, and it's so easy in ClientLook. And all that great property information is available in the field as well through our mobile app. You can add new properties or easily make changes on the fly. And there's also a really cool feature to capture your own building photos using your phone as well. Let's talk about listings next. Now, I'm always surprised to hear about the problems that companies have managing their own listings. Some use spreadsheets, some rely on third-party research companies, or others just pin up brochures on a wall in their office. I believe that it's critical for any company with listings to maintain a list. In fact, the most complete and accurate list of their availability. And I'm not suggesting that you change your relationship with any third-party research companies because they provide a very valuable service. I'm simply urging you to take control of one of the most valuable pieces of data that you produce by maintaining an internal database of your listings. So how do you do that? You use ClientLook's listing module to track listings company-wide. So imagine now that you have the definitive list of your availability in one centralized repository. You know when listings expire. You know when and how many industrial buildings that you have compared to office listings. You know which brokers are responsible for which listings. And this may sound daunting, but ClientLook makes it super easy. And let me make one point really clear. Nothing you ever contribute to ClientLook is available or shared with any other company. This is your private data, and it is not accessible by any third parties. Here's a lease listing for the Kohl Center, Newport Beach. It's sort of an extension of the existing property record for Kohl Center that you already have in your property module. Now remember, ClientLook is where you enter all this data first. And if you want to push a listing to other third-party systems or marketing products, then just use the Publish tab that you see on the page there. Now, like all records in ClientLook, a listing can be related to other records. So in the case of a lease listing, you can add multiple spaces. It can be connected to people and deals and files and images and even groups. The same sort of connections can be made for sale listings as well. Oh, and check this out. Click a single button to turn a listing into a comp. There's no redundant data entry. Now let's talk about deals and transaction management in ClientLook. Many brokers have a really hard time managing everything they do with deals. And I'm not only talking about the challenges you have with keeping track of your activity and your emails and your files, but I'm also referring to creating activity reports for clients and tracking offers and prospects. So it can be really tough. There is nothing like ClientLook's deal management features. They are completely integrated with everything you do CRM-wise. You'll provide a higher level of service that enables you to win business. And here's how. A deal in ClientLook is a sort of electronic file cabinet that tracks everything you do to service any type of assignment. You can work on deals by yourself. You can share them with teammates or even collaborate on deals with other ClientLook users across accounts. So have you ever co-brokered a deal with another agent in your office that doesn't share your ClientLook account? Well, we've got that covered. Oh, and the deals module also tracks your pipeline too. So you always know when deals are closing and what opportunities will give you the greatest return. Last year, ClientLook subscribers handled more than $10 billion worth of transactions. So let's take a closer look at a deal. Open a deal to discover everything you need to know about the current status. What's the last update? What activity is due next? You can instantly see your pipeline and any custom fields you may have filled out. Jump over to the Updates tab to see all the prospecting activity that's been happening and the outcome of property tours. Now you scroll down to see every detail, including the outcome of property tours and phone calls and meetings, and you also see every email you've sent or received related to this deal. And if you're working on a team, then this is a tremendous resource to consolidate the collective activity of multiple people into one place. And like all ClientLook records again, you can connect just about anything to a deal. Deals are also a really effective way to manage activities that need to get done. And here's a list of everything that's pending for this deal. And these activities can be assigned to other team members too. One of the other really powerful features of a deal is the way it organizes all the people who are involved. And this is otherwise really challenging. And these might be prospects or your client. Either way, this becomes your short list of people who can help drive this deal to completion. Now, another purpose for the People tab in a deal is to allow you to designate what we call outside collaborators. Now, these are selected people that you allow to log into this deal. Basically, you're enabling your clients to self-serve their need for information. And don't worry if your clients aren't tech savvy. ClientLook also allows you to create a very traditional hard copy marketing report as well. Okay, if you or your office is lacking an effective, readily accessible resource for tracking sale and lease comps, then you're really going to like this next section. ClientLook offers what I consider to be the most complete and intuitive comp tracking system that I know of. So why are comps important? They are some of the most proprietary data you have. Among other things, you'll use them to demonstrate to the market that you have specialized, unique skills and knowledge that sets you apart. It's a key part of your differentiation strategy. And believe me, we believe that comps aren't a part of some back office admin driven system. They should be accessible by you on the phone, making deals, trying to maximize the success of every call. ClientLook transforms comps into not just a research resource, but a prospecting tool and a sales tool. And here's how. One click gives you access to every comp that's shared with you in your company. So the big question is, how do you get all your legacy comps into ClientLook? Well, we can import them. But comp importing is serious business, and it's handled by our success team. The process is designed to help you seamlessly move from whatever legacy product or data source that you might have into ClientLook. So simply contact success@clientlook.com for more information about importing comps. So let's check out a comp record that you could have in your account. Here's a lease comp at 555 Anton. Now, you can quickly see from the header that it was a 16,500 square foot lease for 5 years is at about $24 a foot. Now, this main page gives you a complete summary of the deal. You'll see the details of the space, the lease term, the expiration. You see all the related parties like the tenant, the landlord, the brokers. And these are existing contacts in companies in ClientLook too, which means you don't have to rekey all that data. You simply related them to this comp. Now, sales comps look a lot like lease comps, so you don't have to learn anything new. Seeing all the related people is one of the more powerful features in a comp. And again, these are all contacts or companies in your account. With a couple of clicks, you can link everything up. So you finally have a centralized place to store this for your own personal benefit, and it can scale company-wide too. Now you can turn all that data into presentation quality reports too. Just click the big Create Report button that you see there. Use our built-in templates or have us create custom output for you. And let me say again, in ClientLook, comp reporting isn't something that you have to call on an admin to do. It's so easy and so accessible that anybody can do it. Before we wrap up, I want to tell you about one of our more recent innovations that you're not going to find anywhere else in commercial real estate technology. we've created a new department to deliver what we call success services, which are a growing list of customized training and consulting services that are delivered both over the web and on-site. And some of them are really unique too. Now, the team behind this here at ClientLook has decades of experience, and their mission is simply to help you maximize the value of your investment in our CRM. Now, you can check out all these services on our website at ClientLook.com by clicking the support link at the top of the page. But let me give you just a few examples of the kind of services I'm talking about. So in addition to basic stuff like importing, data cleanup, and data standardization, we can help create custom marketing materials like email templates. We've got a new on-site training service where a ClientLook expert comes to your office and delivers a customized training session to your team. Or how about this one? We've got a service where we serve as a liaison between you and research services like CoStar or Catalyst even. We'll handle all your listing updates and even field those pesky update requests on your behalf. And this last one is especially popular. Give us access to a list of tenants in your ClientLook account, and we'll make outbound calls to verify as much information as possible about their occupancy. Now, the outcome of every call is logged in ClientLook, and it's very much like having your own personal research department. Now, these services are all available now, so visit our website and browse the list to see how we could help you. Okay, so let me wrap up by giving you some next steps now that you have a big picture understanding of all the amazing benefits of ClientLook. If you're already using ClientLook, then log into your account and try out the new features that you may have discovered today. And be sure to check out our new success services on our website. If you're not on board with ClientLook yet, then here's what I'd suggest. The easiest thing to do is to simply send a personalized email to our sales team at sales@clientlook.com to get the ball rolling. Tell them who you are, what you'd like to see, and they'll contact you to set up a demo. There's absolutely no obligation, or you can always simply call us. Now, when you're ready to subscribe, we have 3 options. First up is our free N2B plan, which is what we like to call the new to the business plan for early stage brokers. It's a special program designed for anyone with 6 months or less experience in the industry. You get ClientLook free for 6 months, including specialized training and attention. And you even get a discounted rate after your 6 months is up. This is our way of helping ensure that the next generation gets started the right way. Now, next we have a month-to-month rate, which is our most flexible option at $98 per user. And if you're still testing the waters with ClientLook, then this is a great option. It's our highest effective rate, but you can cancel anytime. And if you do start with this higher rate, you can always convert your monthly plan into an annual plan anytime. And this can dramatically lower your costs. And that's because most people opt for our annual plan since it offers our lowest effective rate. It is $900 per year or $75 per month effectively. And for a limited time, you'll also receive a $100 credit toward those success services I talked about a few minutes ago. So take advantage of this because the discount combined with the services credit is the best deal going for ClientLook. Now remember too that we also offer a free 10-day trial. You can check out everything you've seen today, and you can sign up for free simply on our website. Well, that's it. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to show you ClientLook. Hopefully, I've been able to help you understand how easy it is to transform your business using our commercial real estate CRM along with our team of back office assistants. And again, if you're not a subscriber yet, then contact sales@clientlook.com today for that no obligation personalized demo that you keep hearing me talk about. They can show you how ClientLook relates to your exact needs. So we look forward to hearing from you and thanks again for joining us.